at Sharp Cheddar Green Bay.
What?
With football and beer.
The Lamb on the Hill.
Cheers, boys.
Fuck the Bears.
Crack your beers.
Oh my God!
So stay sharp.
Go Pack, go.
Go.
Hey, Cheesehead Nation, and welcome back to episode 8 of the Sharp Cheddar Green Bay podcast. Coming to you from Hamilton's Bar and Grill in Washington, D.C., our favorite watering hole here in the nation's capital. Go give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Sharp Cheddar GB, YouTube at Sharp Cheddar Green Bay. Pumped to be back again this week.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right, let's get it going.
Sure.
With a little shot of Rumpelmans.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Do you still
everybody.
have my fake Rumpelmans at your house, by the way?
The Kuiper, yeah.
Go
Yeah.
back, go.
Yeah,
fuck
we
the
took a
Bears.
shot of it before we came over here.
So as you know, I'm Hank. Got a little Miller Lite to start us off. And this week we have our first special guest, our favorite bartender at Hamilton's,
That's right.
Mikey. Let's go.
How's it going, guys?
Introduce yourself,
Yeah,
Mike.
Mike,
Hey,
guess what?
remember who the one serving you.
Yeah.
And
And Steve, cheers.
Steve's also our other favorite.
I'm Mike, and Steve is very jealous of me and my many successes.
All right, there we go. They aren't Packers fans, except for when we're paying them to pour beers. So,
Big fan of that.
So
all right.
We're obviously in Hammy's right now, in the downstairs, which is actually kind of nice because we have easier access to the booze if we need immediately.
Yes, it is really nice. I don't feel like I spend enough time in the downstairs, to be honest. I really
Yeah.
like it down here.
What
We got this
activities
nice
would you like to do?
Huh?
What's not good enough about the upstairs? The upstairs
I-
is great. We can run around up
It is,
there.
yeah, it's true.
We room for
Yeah.
activities up
But
there.
here, look, I've got this nice stained glass window. It's got a pineapple in it. I love it.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, we're back at the Hammy's table. We have 1 week until football and 10 full days until Packers football.
Recorded as of Thursday.
Yeah,
Let's go.
probably fewer by the time this is released.
Yeah.
Oh man, I cannot wait. It's been a weird ass year, and it's gonna be good to have football back in our lives.
I'm just
Yeah.
glad it is actually happening. I still get moments of like,
I know,
this
I'm
isn't
still a
happening.
little
Like,
worried.
just have it happen. Have it come to game day where Joe's not going to show up and it'll be just us three. And then that's when I'll know it's
That's
really
not
real.
going to happen.
So before we get too far into the weeds here, let's talk about what's going to be happening here at Hammy's
Sure.
once the season starts. So there is going to be a reservation process,
Mm-hmm.
a maximum of 6 people per table.
I want it to be known that I am the leader of the Sharp Cheddar Green Bay
We
group
don't know
and,
the chant.
and
Yeah,
the
we don't
holder
know the
of the
chant.
reservation.
We all disagree with that.
So if you
don't
want
know
to
the chant.
invite to our special table, please
Hey Joe,
contact
can you do
Little
the,
G,
Can you do the chant?
also
Edit
AK
this
Gurginator
one.
13 on Instagram.
Mike, what is the? Can you give us some
G-spot,
details
whatever you
about
wanna
what
call
the what this is going to be like?
Yeah, it's going to start out with everyone basically has to make a reservation because of the limited seating and the policies of the local government.
Right.
So we have to adhere to all of those. We want to get as many people as we can.
I'm all for local government.
Just
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
That's wonderful.
I'm not.
But so yes, reservations will be required for all indoor seating. Outdoor seating will typically be first come, first served. Weather dependent, we will have TVs and sound outside as well.
Is that where we're putting Ice Bowl outside? He's used to the cold, right?
we assumed that you guys would all be accustomed to the
Wear a
weather, so you
jacket.
guys wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
So the outside is going to be first come, first serve, as you said.
Yeah.
And as we walked in today, they were putting up the little brackets on the brick. So
Yeah.
We
there are
already
going to be
tested out all the
TVs.
wires and everything. Everything is set up. We just need to make it permanent.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Again,
So check out all the social media. Check out Hamilton's social media, the Lambeau on the Hill social media. I'm sure this will all be put out there prior to the season starting.
Yes,
Within 10 days.
It'll be both on the Facebook page and our actual website.
at Hamilton's Bar and Grill, if I'm not
DC.
correct. DC.
Hamilton's Bar and Grill, DC.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's confusing.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, with all of that being said, let's roll into the first quarter.
Hank's got notes, by the way. If anyone's curious, you can't see it. Hank's got a litany of notes. Omar's got his Omar stats. Let's get it going, baby. Let's go.
Omar's stats.
Let's
Both
go.
of these guys have fucking little notepads like they're
Yeah.
fucking first-time podcasters.
Joe admitted he doesn't know anything outside
I'm
his
more of a
backers.
fucking
Let's
JRE
go.
kind of guy, Joe Rogan experience. Like, I don't need notes. I know what I'm talking about. We're all good.
All right, shut the fuck up. All right.
Also, real side note,
There's
the
some
bar
hockey games
is
going on.
playing the Islanders Flyers game, and there are going to be people cheering or cursing in the background.
Unfortunately, the Caps have lost.
Fair warning. All right, so first quarter, final thoughts on training camp, final roster, etc. Whatever we need to iron out before
Sure.
there's actually
Can
a
you
snap
admit
next
Dexter
Sunday.
Williams is not making the team?
I
need to hear
will
you say
not
that
admit
live.
that.
Oh my lord, that is insane. No way he makes it, but I am glad about our running back.
Love
depth.
my boy Flexman Dex.
Is he the
Our running
fourth
back
string?
depth is fifth.
Who's the fourth?
Tyler Irvin.
Yeah.
Oh, Swervin.
There's no way Dexter Williams.
Swervin Irvin, dude.
There's not a chance.
Dude,
Actually,
yeah,
he's probably
you're
sixth
right.
because of a fullback. Haven't we had a fullback? I don't know.
I don't know, because DeGuara's tight
Yeah.
end fullback combo and AJ Dillon can kind of be that like power back as
No,
well.
AJ
So we
Dillon
probably
is a
won't-
running
No, we
back.
won't have
Whatever
a,
gives you
No,
hope.
I know,
Yeah.
but I
He's
don't
not
think
making it.
I don't think we'll have a true fullback this year.
I think it's going to be DeGuara.
Oh yeah, but
do
he's
too.
like the fullback tight end combo.
Yeah,
so I
but
think
he's
he's going to take
be
a tight end
slotted
spot.
as a he's going to be slotted as a full.
Okay, then we'll take one fewer tight end than in past
Yeah.
years.
So I've been
Same
sort
difference.
I've been sort of leading some of the training camp discussions because I don't know, you guys are not paying
Have
as
you?
much attention.
All right,
Just our
Joe.
fucking leader.
Yeah, come on, leader Joe.
So tomorrow they're making the final cuts on the roster down
Yep.
to 53. And then I think the day after they go back up to 69 with the practice squad. There's a whole bunch of new rules and regulations.
I usually go down to 69.
Ha ha ha. But like there's some new regs and rules about this practice squad. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to that. Anywho's, there's a lot of players and positions we can highlight as that one training camp or that we're excited about. I think for me personally, the biggest takeaway is going back to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, saw that coming.
He seems to be having fun with football. He told the media that he's like centered himself. Obviously, he broke up with Danica, where we've discussed that before. But he seems to be having a good time. He's very well spoken about his social justice issues and things like that. And he's been throwing the ball great. He's been looking at his fucking film.
I don't
from
know.
a
Did you
decade
see
ago.
him? Did you see him assault Tim Boyle the other day in practice? He threw the ball at him.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is that this all is matching up for my first. I'm claiming the first prediction that Aaron Rodgers MVP is going to make sense this year, and it's all
Omar
comes
was the
down to
first to say that. Didn't you say that
No,
on the
no,
podcast?
no.
Live? Okay.
No,
Yeah, James
that wasn't
Jones
me.
did. Yeah, James Jones did it, then you did. Yep. Okay.
All right. Well, why don't we talk about some of the things that worry us a little bit here?
Okay.
One being Billy Turner getting hurt.
Yeah.
We really need to bring Jared Valdir back.
Yeah.
I'm
What's his
calling
injury?
it. Like we have no depth.
I just don't
at
see how
tackle.
you can't bring him back.
What's the
Yeah.
status? What's the injury status?
He's
I
probably
don't
out
know.
for week one.
Yeah, he's out for a couple weeks. I
Can
don't
we
know.
go over
With
the full
Anthony
injury
Barr.
status?
Huh?
Your tackle
Yeah.
is out week one against
Yeah.
Anthony Barr.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
luckily we do have depth at O-line to begin with. I mean,
But not at
there
the
was
tackle. We have depth at the guards. We don't have depth.
Well, what's
at
up with
tackle.
Rick Wagner?
Yeah, what's his
I
injury?
just keep hearing he just doesn't practice.
he
But
was
like we
injured,
know
but-
Billy Turner's hurt. It's just Rick Wagner's not practicing. It's like what is going on with that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
we need
Fucking
to
practice, we
bring
paid
in
you.
another tackle.
We paid you. I don't know how you don't practice before week one. How do you get hurt? I don't understand how any of these players get hurt before you play a game with live tackling.
Who
That
else
blows
was
my
injured?
mind.
Hank, you said that Kamal Martin, our
Yeah.
rookie
Oh, yeah.
linebacker,
Yeah.
fourth rounder, is injured.
Yeah, that concerns me just because that's one position that we really don't have a ton of depth.
Yeah,
in.
the only other
Um,
one at this point is what, Orrin Burks.
Orrin Burks, Ty Summers, but he didn't really
Yeah.
play
Ty
much.
Summers.
He-
Ty
his
Summers.
second
Daniel
year.
Sullivan.
I
Different position,
think he could be a good player, but he didn't really play much last year. Orrin Burks has been out up until
Don't forget about Tim
today.
Williams. Tim
Today-
Williams.
Okay.
Who we're not sure is a real person.
All right. Today was Orrin Burks' first day back at practice. So, and Kirksey has battled injuries in the past. Kamal Martin now is injured for at least 6 weeks with a torn
That's a bummer
meniscus.
because he was
So,
supposed
like,
to be the real
Not
deal.
only do we not have a ton of depth at that position, but every single person except for Ty Summers, who seemingly is the fourth string inside linebacker right
Remember
now,
when we didn't draft Queen?
everybody else has
Yeah.
dealt with injury.
Fuck.
Like it I think that I think we need to make a trade. Like, I know there's not a ton of like free agency.
Oh, there is.
skill
There's Clay
with-
Matthews, man. Put him back at middle linebacker.
I was actually looking that up the other day to see if anybody had signed him yet.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
he's out there.
just
He's
bring
still
him
out
back
there.
on a veteran minimum. Just
Yeah,
I
he can't be bad.
Yeah.
He knows the system.
Yeah.
He wouldn't play a lot of downs. You're still not going to play a high
Right.
percentage
But
of snaps anyway.
he adds to the
Yeah.
depth.
Agreed.
Yeah. So unless we can make a trade for like a big name guy,
We
I
don't do that. That,
No,
that
I know.
thing is
I
not
agree.
Green Bay. That's
I
like
agree.
Normal team.
So yeah, I think we
We're
need to bring
special.
someone in.
We're fucking special.
I agree. We grow our own.
The only way I could see us doing that is trading like Jamal Williams or Aaron Jones.
No,
Not that
I
I'm
don't agree with
advocating
those
for it.
things.
I'm saying I could see that happening for a big name inside linebacker.
I think we have the one of the better backfields
we definitely do.
in the league.
We have a
I
lot
think
of
we have
depth.
the deepest backfield.
Yeah.
Very deep.
We haven't seen AJ
Dexter
Dillon. He just
Williams.
looks like a fucking tank, but we haven't seen
Mike,
him
what do you
run
think?
anyone.
I think about the trade thing is like the reason why it's so unlikely is because you guys learned a lot when the Vikings totally screwed themselves in that Herschel Walker trade. So I mean, I don't see a reason to make a trade for middle linebacker. Maybe
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
formations and things like that are going to be coaching and strategy is going to be how you win those matchups.
Yeah.
Well, fucking coaching. I'm not a big Pettin fan. We'll see how he does this year, man.
Yeah, but I
See
mean,
how he fucking
from
does.
all reports, like it sounds like Rashawn Gary's really stepping up in training
Yeah.
camp. So if you have like 3 very solid starting outside linebackers, like you might be able to do a lot with your
Yeah.
schemes and everything.
Yeah, there could be.
I mean,
But that's all against the pass. Our issue has been against the run, and then we only have really Kenny Clark, who always gets double teamed as it is. Like Dean Lowry and Lancaster, like I don't think they would start, frankly, on any other team. I don't think one team in the league that would start.
No.
They might rotate in, but they wouldn't start with one team. And that's 2 other guys, plus a middle linebacker outside of Kirksey. Like
More
those are all
booty
subpar
guys.
people. Yeah,
You could always do more of a nitro set to try and offset the run game.
that's what we did the one year with
Yeah.
John Capers, and
Yeah,
that
it did not work.
That did not go well.
Is that a talent problem or a scheme problem?
Yeah. I mean, surprisingly, as we get closer to the season, though, after last season, all of the reports were that we need a ton of help at wide receiver, and that's one area that like I'm really warming up on. I mean,
Did you see the report of Aaron Rodgers talking up MVS?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
I
like
watched the
saw that
press
last
conference.
year, too.
Yes.
we talked.
No, I don't know.
I hear about our guys, but we've kind of talked about like if Devontae goes down, God forbid that can't happen. It's like that's when the
Knock
issues
on wood.
kind of come up. Of we have all these names, and I think we've kind of gone over that over like the past 7 years, where we can name every player on our team. Doesn't mean they're legit. Like he shouted out Kumaro in previous years, and like Kumaro really hasn't done anything outside of one game last year where he made the crazy catch against the Chiefs and one other.
I'm going to dispute that one a little bit. So the 4 games or so, I don't remember if it was 4.
That's because Kuro's your guy.
Yeah, here he comes. Yeah, that
No,
guy's
it's not about
Omar
Kumaro.
ready,
It's
yeah.
not about Kumaro. But all right, so Devontae was down. Our offense actually produced more yards in those games than most of the others.
No.
Omar stats. There it is.
You can win with speed, especially with some of the mismatches in shorter range passing.
Yes.
You can do the dink and dunk and get it done.
Yeah. He spread the ball around way more. Yeah.
In terms of dink and dunk, we have the backfield to support that as well. Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are
Exactly.
premier
Yes,
pass catching
exactly.
backers.
I think
Jamal's
it's-
been fucking Instagramming all summer his route running.
And I think it's going to be rare this year. We're going to see it, obviously. It's still Green Bay. But I think that for the majority of the plays, we aren't going to see 3 receivers on the field. I think that
more
at most,
tight end sets.
lots of 2 tight end, like 2 or 3 guys in the backfield.
Let's not forget
I
about
don't
Jay
think we're going to
Sternberger.
see a bunch of like 3 wide receiver sets, which in the past,
Yeah.
you expected a bare minimum of 3 wide receivers.
Well, and I kind of like the fact
It's
that
like-
people are saying Lazard is the number 2.
He
But
is.
then all of a sudden
1,000
MVS
yards. He's going to get 1,000 yards. Just saying.
That's I hope so.
That's bold.
MVS has had good camps the past couple of years. And then the regular season come, he drops a pass, and Aaron says, "I'm not throwing it."
So
But with the third person we're not talking about is Aquarius.
hold on.
Age of Aquarius.
So MVS apparently last year he got hurt sometime in preseason or early in the season, and
So
he
that's
played
why he
hurt the
dropped
entire day.
balls.
Hold on. Remember 2015? Devontae Adams dropped just about every ball that
Yeah.
came his way.
Yeah.
He had one touchdown in the regular season. And then 2016, he had 10 plus and 900
This is how they
yards.
develop. They need to develop.
I mean, if we agree that happens, well, is MVS getting 1,000? What's your
No,
your
no,
Omar
no,
stats? I'll bet you on another
absolutely
one.
not.
That's
Absolutely
three
not.
receivers
Guys,
for
big
1,000.
big props
All
to
I'm
Steve. We
saying
just
is,
got fresh round of beers.
I think MVS is going to do better than he did last year.
How many yards?
There is such
What
a
does
thing
Omar's
as the
stats say?
small
600
sample
yards.
size.
I'm just going to guess 600 yards.
Guys, cheers. We got a new round of beers.
All right. Cheers.
Okay.
Not over the computer.
Yeah, it's not a bad point. I agree. If everyone can play up to their peak, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think any team could say it within regards to
Well,
their
that-
peak of
that-
every player hits their peak of wide receivers of how crazy
But
they get.
again,
you're going to the
teams
Super
could
Bowl.
We just
Yeah.
started talking
You're going to
about
the Super Bowl.
Aquarius. No, he's coming back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we have Q who didn't play all of last year, Lazard who played really well the last 6 games, MVS who didn't do anything, Reggie Billiton, Kumaro, Malik Turner, all these just, frankly, they're names. And
Yeah.
I agree, and I think it's more of the comfortability with the offense here too.
Yeah.
That's a big difference here, and I think that's going to be the game changer of how we're going to do it.
Game changer.
You could scheme wide receivers open. We struggled to kind of do that last year outside of Devontae, who could separate better
Yeah.
than anyone in the league. I think year 2 in this offense helps everyone do that.
But I also, again, I think that based on the focus of the draft, kind of the look at the tight ends and the
Yeah.
backfield, I don't think it's going to be as important as it has been in years
Yeah.
past. I think that our offense is going to run differently, and
Are
it's
you-
going
are
to
you
have
saying-
a lot more of a either run heavy or tight end focused passes out of the backfield. I mean, we saw what Aaron Jones was able to do last year coming out of the backfield.
19
If
touchdowns.
we try to make that kind of offense the focus of our offense,
Yeah.
I think that
I had a vision, guys. In 2011, Sports Illustrated had the whole Aaron Rodgers with his crew, James
The
Jones,
perfect pack.
the perfect pack picture. Yes. This time, it also had the running backs, though. It wasn't just 5 or whatever ridiculous wide receivers and a tight end. It also had Aaron
Oh.
Jones and a couple
I
running
like
backs
it.
there.
I like it.
Perfect pack.
Jones, Dillon.
On that note, let's move into the second quarter.
Alrighty.
Second quarter, predictions for game 1 against the Vikings.
I think you mean Vikings.
The Vikings. I'm going to start
Week
with
one
some.
is
I'm going to
10
start with
weeks- 10
some
days
Omar
away.
stats.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Perfect. All right,
I
so
like the finger point, but it's fucking ridiculous.
It's that man, Omar.
so we are at
What do
least
your analytics say?
as of a few weeks ago, we are projected to be 3-point underdogs against the Vikings.
Is that actual Vegas spreads or what your algorithm
That
says
was the
we should-
Vegas spread.
Okay.
We were 3-point underdogs.
Fuck Vegas.
That was before the Yannick Nyaku. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Trade.
He sucks
Okay.
anyways.
I'm gonna give you something about that trade. So last
Oh, there
year the Vikings had Everson Griffin, right? Like he
Mhm.
played,
But you went to a mental hospital though.
but he played against us twice,
What was his
Yeah.
mental
right?
issue?
I don't know. He was out 3 weeks.
He got beat
So-
by the Packers too much?
Everson Griffin last year had 8 sacks, 41 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, and 24 QB hits. Guess what Nyaku had?
Same
8
thing.
sacks, 41 tackles, exactly the same. 13 tackle for losses, so he had 2 more, and 15 QB hits, so 9 less. So they're essentially just replaced fewer, whatever. They essentially replaced the exact same player into their defense. And we swept them last year. Is it really going to make that much of a difference?
No.
I don't think so.
They don't have Stephon
Fuck
Diggs.
the
Dalvin
Vikings.
Cook
Yeah.
is gonna get run down.
Yeah.
He's getting run down from his carry.
Everybody's talking
one-
about how this is
He's
the
gonna
best
get
trade that
injured.
they've
No,
ever
see,
made.
they're yeah.
Fuck them, dude. Fuck them.
Their defense didn't really improve. Like it improved from where it was before the trade, but it didn't really improve from last year. They just replaced the
Yeah.
same guy they lost with an equal player.
Exactly.
And that's also considering the fact that, I mean, the Jags, he was like one of the best defenders on the Jags, so his stats are going to be a little better there because he's
Because
not
they're always
splitting
on
everything.
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not splitting everything with someone else.
I mean,
In addition, I think the key with this game is going to be the offense of Minnesota versus our defense. They have the 23rd ranked O-line in the league.
Oh,
Oh my God!
love it.
The
Sacks a
Smith-
million,
the
baby.
Smith boys and Kenny Clark with that new contract, they are gonna
Yeah.
feast. I'm calling 6 sacks.
I feel like Kirk Cousins knew that stat when he said he was okay dying this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Kirk Cousins says,
If I
okay,
die,
If I die, I die.
not from COVID, but from the Smith Bros.
B, he says he's fucking fine with no fans like a motherfucking pussy. Fuck him, dude.
Did you
that's
take my
it.
line? I texted that.
Yeah,
Did you
well,
just take that from
we
me?
all
I
agree.
texted that.
We all agree.
I think I'm the most passionate about my hatred of Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
It's the most drunk I've gotten in any
agree
individual
with you.
game was the Redskins. I hate Kirk Cousins. I do like that. We are going to fucking fuck them. With no fans in the stands. They've literally no advantage at that stadium. It is like we're playing on neutral field. And neutral field, we're a way better football team because they have a pussy quarterback. And yes, I said it, pussy quarterback.
I just want to fart through that big horn they put in the new stadium.
I think it's interesting because right when the draft came out, everyone was like, "Oh my god, what the Packers are doing," and it was like, "What we lost like what 2 or 3 starters and immediately replaced them with veterans, Kirksey, Rick Wagner type thing," and the Vikings had lost 9 starters and picked up rookie draft picks to
They're about
replace
to
them.
release their tackle.
But all of a
too.
sudden, they're the favorites to win the North or whatever. It's absurd.
Yeah. So I over the weekend I built a model to try to project these
Oh,
different
of course.
games,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
and I have the Packers as at least 3.5 point favorites.
Wow.
Did you have to look at
Wow.
a paper to say that?
Hold on.
Okay.
So
What kind
He
of
wanted
numbers
to
you
say
think?
10-point favorites, but he had to look at the model.
Can
The
you
model
give us-
was at
Can you give us a
Plus
sneak
3
peek of your
minus
algorithm?
8.
no,
What does your algorithm look
Exponent
like?
two.
I can show you
You wrote
sometime.
it
You can look
down.
at the
That's what
code.
he's looking
You can
at.
look at the
Omar
code.
has an algorithm, everyone.
So yeah, we're 3.5. We're 3-point underdogs. If you can take that bet, I would absolutely take it. The over under is 26. Or no.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
The over under is
Has to be at least 40.
what
Has
is
to be in
it?
the
46.
40s. Yeah.
Yeah, the over under is
This is
46. I have the over under at 51 to 53.
So you're on the over then.
I'm definitely on the over.
How much do you have us winning by? What does your algorithm say?
3,
Does it have the score in it?
27-24.
I'm actually going to take the under on that. I don't think the Vikings have the offense.
I agree.
Week 1.
I
You don't
mean-
have Omar's algorithm, Mike.
What?
Fuck you. You don't have the algorithm.
What
You
they
can't
have?
say things
They
like
have
that. It's
one of
crazy.
the. They have one of the.
I can say whatever I want. This is America, goddammit.
Yeah, but no, they have one of the
Amen.
worst O lines
Amen.
in the league. They
Amen.
have Kirk Cousins at quarterback who can't play against decent teams. They have
lost
Delvin
Stephon
Cook.
Diggs.
Congratulations. And they have Adam Thielen. That's it. They don't have Steph Diggs anymore, and everyone's high on Justin Jefferson. But this
He's a rookie.
we're not talking about a
Unproven.
rookie who has not even played a preseason game. You think he's going to come in week 1?
Has
of
he
the-
even
probably
been
has
to
COVID.
training
He
camp,
probably has
or is
COVID,
he
bro.
watching it on video?
Right. I mean, I don't get. I just don't get how people expect them to put up big numbers or do anything.
I still go with my conspiracy. So Dalvin Cook held out, and then a day or two later, it came out that as long as you play week 1, you become a free agent. He stopped his holdout, showing up, hasn't gotten a new contract. I'm saying he plays week 1 and then holds out.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Wow.
need to play hard week 1.
Right. Oh, yeah, he's not going to try
He's
it.
going to have to if they want to win, but I don't think. it's
But I
gonna
don't
happen
think he
regardless.
cares about winning. He cares about a contract.
Yeah.
If I were him, I would
Receive
too.
that. Yeah.
So final
His injury history.
final predictions. I'm gonna go closer to like 99 for the Packers and like 0 for the
It's a
Vikings.
close game. There you go.
I'm
That
gonna-
sounds statistically
That hits
probable.
the over. Omar did
I just-
have the over data.
Yeah.
We're gonna come out swinging.
Da-da-da.
We're gonna put to all of this like the North is still in contention. It's all gonna be put to rest immediately week 1 in Minnesota. The first time we ever opened in Minnesota. We're just gonna come out and drop our dicks on the table right in Kirk Cousins' mouth.
Yeah, I also think that they're probably getting 3 points because technically it's a home game, but they have 0 fans. So I don't think you should get any points for being the home team. So I imagine the spread
There's
should
no
actually
precedent.
be closer to 0,
Yeah,
and
I
I
agree.
still don't think that's accurate. So
Yeah, it
my,
should be Packers plus 3.5.
There you go.
even that, I'm gonna go with my final prediction at 34-17 Green Bay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going 21-7 Packers.
Wow.
We also didn't talk about that the Minnesota Vikings lost their corner. Xavier Rhodes no longer there.
That
they're
is true,
weaker
yeah.
on the secondary, which I think they were weak before, and they got weaker at an area they were pretty weak.
Yeah.
Good safety.
so
back
my
guards,
model was
21-7.
based on data from last year. So just want to put that out there.
Oh,
All right.
I'm
So
gonna go
what's
with
your
Stats.
final prediction?
Yeah.
You
I'm
We
didn't-
already
Twen-
said it. 20,
Packers
24.
27-24.
Oh, wow.
27,
So,
24.
okay.
I think it's gonna be more like a 31-17.
No shot. We allow
exactly what I was
24
gonna
points.
say. Yeah.
No shot. We allow
Yeah.
24 points.
I also have
I
the
just don't think the Vikings offense is going to be that good.
Yeah, you can't. They're not
Yeah.
putting up 24 on us. Outside of a pick six or getting a turnover on our
any
side of the field.
individual
Junk time,
player
garbage
stats.
time, fucking.
I like what Hank said earlier. I think we're gonna have
Six
six sacks, and we're gonna fucking dominate Kirk like we did last year.
Both
Yeah.
games. Both
games,
they dominated.
That was
yeah.
the big factor. Was we just got after
I
Cousins.
think, especially commenting on how their secondary's gotten weaker, and basically the key is going to be Harrison Smith as safety. I think he's going to double cover Devontae all game. So I think that I
Lazard,
definitely see
we're gonna see
laser,
MBS.
laser D and either EQ
Aquarius
or MBS will both have touchdowns. I see Aaron getting 3 and Aaron Jones getting 1 on the ground.
I think Aaron
Wasn't your
Rodgers.
score under 28 for us?
No, it's 34.
How many rushing yards do you think he's going to get that game, Aaron Rodgers?
A million.
Oh,
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I
15.
would
No.
I would say 40.
I was going to say
I'll take
45
under.
because
I'll
of the
say 40.
I'll take
scrambling.
under.
I think that's
That's a
one of their
lot.
key strengths of that game is going to be creating disruptions in the backfield. And so I think there will be quite a few Aaron scrambles.
Yeah.
So I think
Especially week
45.
1 where everyone's not really on the same
Yeah.
page all the way.
Yeah.
I definitely see him.
Yeah, I think that
And if he gets outside, they have no one outside to help.
Exactly.
between all of our running backs, we're going to have, I think, at least 140 yards.
You counting passes?
No,
Oh.
that's just rushing.
Okay.
I think it could be a scenario where Aaron Rodgers beats his own record for 6 touchdowns against the Bears in the first half. I think it's
That would
gonna
be
seven.
sweet.
I think
That would
it's
be
seven.
sweet.
That would be sweet. I don't
Hopefully
think
you're
it's
there to see it.
Yeah.
I hope you're there.
I'm calling an interception.
Get it? 'Cause
Cousins
show
gets
up-
sacked at least 4 times,
6.
And an
I wonder
interception.
what the actual line is.
And- at least 140 yards rushing.
Easy money. I'll bet you that right now. Yeah.
Cool. So let's get into halftime. What do we got here?
Yeah,
All
we
right,
got to
so-
do our shout outs.
Yeah.
Can we get
Shout out number 1,
a couple shots?
Hamilton's Bar and
Waffle
Grill
Rings,
in
please?
Washington, D.C. The only place you should be watching a Packers
Which
game.
they have new bathrooms upstairs,
Yeah,
which is
very
fantastic.
fancy.
Who's taking a shot of Rumpleman's?
Everyone's taking shots
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. Round.
Ask that question. That was.
I was gonna
did get a fresh ice cold bottle just for you.
ice cold bottle.
And
Thank you.
reminder, if
Finally
you plan
ordering
on
it.
coming to a game this year, Table Agent, make
Yeah.
sure you get your reservations ahead of time.
Yeah,
but
we
it's
want to
gonna be a
make
good
it
time.
abundantly clear that if you come, you should be prepared to drink for 3 or 4 human beings.
Yeah, none of this.
Let's take care
I'm
of the
gonna-
bar.
Yeah, we need to take care of these small businesses so that they can survive. If you like them, you got to make sure that they're taken care of. So if you're going to come, make a reservation on Table Agent, and then be prepared to buy some booze, buy some food. It's good food. It's good booze. Support the people.
I
here.
was even going to say, come on an off day. You don't have to come on Sunday. Come on a Thursday. We're here on a Thursday. Come on a Friday night. They got the famous dollar
beers.
PBRs.
Yeah.
Come on whatever they got going on this
So
season.
what day is our first game, Joe?
September
Sunday.
13th.
Yes.
Sunday,
10 days away from now.
All right, just
All right, guys. Rumpies. Go Pack Go. Fuck the Bears. Stay sharp. Woo!
All right. In addition, we got our other shout outs, Johnsonville.
yeah.
Love all the help you guys have given us. Hopefully we can keep that rolling as we try and grow this podcast.
Johnsonville Brats, the best and the only.
The only brats
Brat
you should
in the
ever
ticket.
buy. It's not
We-
even a question.
So we actually, if I could take a minute, guys, we have a new idea that I'd like to
I
share
think we should.
with our listeners.
Yeah,
no,
no,
not yet.
no,
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 whoa.
let's hold on.
Wow, a little teaser for the
Let's wait.
listeners.
Let's wait.
A teaser
We
for the listeners.
may have something fun
Okay.
coming down the pike.
Stay tuned for
Is it
our
the ones filled with cheese?
Johnsonville announcement.
Although
We-
their breakfast sausages way better than Jimmy D. I got some last weekend. They're thicker. They have more flavor.
Yeah.
So much better.
I have
Where'd you put it?
Right in my mouth.
I have so many packs of John Smith brats in my freezer that I'm just waiting to defrost in the grill. It's unbelievable. I'm so prepared. I'm so ready. My last shout out, this is kind of a little thing, goes to the Matt Ramage guy on Instagram. You guys know Matt Ramage, the lazy eye Packer fan. He's fucking hilarious. He's got a huge following. Love watching this shit over the last couple of years. But he has been destroying the Vikings in preparation for week 1. He's all about this, like, you know, he's got Bears buddies and he can joke with them. They joke with him. They crack a beer afterwards. It's all good. There's respect there. The Vikings fan, you make fun of them on social media. They go crying to their mom. They go to Twitter. And they're all this fucking bullshit. And that's totally true.
Yeah.
Bears,
Well, they haven't won a
Packers
Super Bowl.
has some kind of history that is at least a little respectable. The Vikings are just trash.
They
And
haven't
they're
won a
just
Super Bowl.
they're worst people.
But they think they should be on the level of the Packers or even the Bears. And it's like the Bears at least have a history. They've won a Super Bowl. They've got some NFL championships under their belt. I mean, the Vikings are they have no history. They have no wins that matter.
Yeah. I just want, anyways,
I mean,
Matt, if you're listening,
one of their
we'll get you on the
best-
pod eventually, Matt.
They ran in their newspaper that one of the greatest sports moments in Minnesota history was injuring Aaron Rodgers. Like
God,
what a
dirt people.
what a like petty fan base and like
Hashtag baby back bitch.
yeah.
Week 1.
All right.
Right.
Let's go into the first lightning round.
Oh, sure.
Biggest upset of week 1. Matt.
Let me finish.
All right.
I mean, we don't need to know
All
about your
offenses.
sex life, Matt, but okay. I'm going with Kansas City as the biggest upset of week 1. They're playing Houston, another AFC.
That's your team.
I mean, it's another AFC playoff team. They played them really well in the playoffs.
The Super Bowl champions?
They're gonna have that Super Bowl hangover. They got the rings like 2 days ago. And Pat Mahomes just got engaged. He's taking engagement photos today. He's not focused on the game. He's focused on his
Dick.
the
Pussy.
yeah. Yes. He's focused on his rings, the engagement ring, the Super Bowl ring. He doesn't give a shit about the game a week from tonight. Like he isn't focused. I think that they have that Super Bowl hangover. Houston should have beaten them if they had played the entire 60 minutes of that game. So I think Houston's going to come out looking for blood, and Kansas City is going to come out soft. So I think my money's on Kansas City to get upset in week 1.
I've got
So when you say upset, to straight up lose,
They will
regardless of the
lose,
spread, right?
period.
Okay.
I have got the Arizona Cardinals to beat the San Francisco 49ers.
Woo! Love that.
Cardinals are my number 2 team. No shot.
It's the
I
Niners.
don't even know if that's an
No
upset.
shot.
It's the Niners -7.
Yeah.
What?
Yep, Niners -7. I think the Cardinals are going to beat them.
No.
The Cardinals have one
We're
of the
not talking
worst
about- we're not
offensive
talking about
lines
spreads.
out there.
I'm
We're not
just
talking about
saying-
spreads, though. We're talking about winning the game.
Cardinals
I'm
have one of the
saying
worst
too.
offensive lines out there. Joe, what do you
I'm
got?
saying that is going to be one of the biggest upsets.
Joe.
So I actually have a take for
I would
this
take that bet.
non-Packers
I would
lightning
definitely
round.
bet on the Cardinals.
Usually
Yeah.
I deny a response to these non-Packer questions. There's an obvious pick here, and I assume, Matt, you're going to say this. Dolphins over Patriots is the obvious choice. I won't go that. 'cause
I
think
was
that's what
actually
Joe
going to
said.
go right the fuck
Well,
there.
I don't even know if this is an upset. I'm going to say the Lions beat the Bears. They could be even. They both suck. But I think it'd be hilarious when the Lions beat the Bears week 1 in Chicago, and Chicago just has a fucking gun to their head the entire fucking season. Like I'm gonna just be laughing. It's gonna be great. That's probably an upset because they're in Chicago. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Lions
I
beat the
can see
Bears.
that.
I mean,
I'm gonna have a blast at it.
it's the way everyone's looking at us, aren't we? One of the biggest upsets, so we're all saying
We're
us?
-3.
Or -3.
Or a +3.
Or
We're
plus.
plus
Oh, yeah,
three.
we're plus three.
God,
Yeah.
you guys don't know betting.
We don't.
So outside of us,
George Hill.
I'll go Browns Ravens. I'll go Browns taking the Ravens on this one. I think they match up pretty well, actually. Jarvis Landry's had his biggest
I don't even know
games
who's playing
against the
week
Ravens. Overall, the Ravens typically end up losing one game to the Browns at a certain point. I think there's a lot of hype on the Ravens.
Yeah,
If you don't
I can see
recall,
that.
they literally didn't win one playoff game, which I bring up every day at work to all the Ravens fans, that Lamar Jackson's 0-2 in the playoffs. So I'm just going to throw that
Yes,
out
but
there.
it's regular season, and until the Browns can prove to me that they're gonna do shit,
I didn't say they're going to win 10
The
games. They're
Browns
going to
are
win
the
one game.
Browns.
Yep, they're going to win one game and lose all the rest. I don't
All
give a fuck.
I
Fair
like
enough.
that. I don't think Lamar Jackson's gonna have an MVP season
Who
like
is
he
the
did last
schedule?
year.
Who's
No.
playing week 1? I haven't even looked at this yet.
Everybody's playing week 1.
Yeah, all the teams.
Yeah, who are they playing?
Browns, Ravens.
Yeah, who are the Bengals playing?
The Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm taking the Bengals over the Chargers.
At Cincinnati. Okay.
That's not bad. Joe Burrow.
I don't think that's a huge upset this
Yeah.
year. The Chargers are ranked 24th according to PFF.
Anyways, guys, let's go and move into our Q3.
Cincinnati's what?
Quarter
31 behind
three,
the
if you
32
will.
ranked Browns?
This is our time for anyone's final season predictions. We've been chitter-chattering for months now
Chatter.
about the 2020 season. And now is the time to confirm your picks, confirm your predictions. What do you guys got?
So I still say when we play the 49ers, we literally shouldn't show up. And if we actually did that, we'd go 14-2. But because that is not realistic, unfortunately, hopefully they listen to me and we don't show up, and we all play the COVID game or whatever we'd like to play.
The Cali Code.
I will go 10-6.
All right.
10-6 is an awful record, Matt.
I don't think it's awful. It wins
the
the division.
Packers-
It gets us to where we
the-
need to be.
Well, that's soft. The Green Bay Packers will go 13-3 and be the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
And I've looked through all the other top teams. I
it.
am very confident that we're set. All right. So Vikings win. Lions win. Saints.
Win.
So Saints and 49ers, we're going to split those two. So I have the
No.
Saints. Saints is a win because they're going to be weirded out playing in the dome without any fans. It's going to be
They're
weird.
also
Well,
not
apparently
So-
fans are showing up to that game. That report came out. Like
Okay,
a couple
well,
days
like,
ago.
well,
How can we
yeah,
split
who
with the
cares?
Saints?
I don't
Split
no
those
Saints
two.
and
Win
Niners.
one,
I
lose
said.
one.
Oh.
So I'm marking it as Saints win, Falcons win bye week, Tampa win because Tom Brady is overrated
course.
and they just decided like, oh, adding him to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now makes them the best team in the league. Fuck that.
This is gonna be the first year we get to find out if Tom Brady is actually a good quarterback or not, or if Bill Belichick
No,
is
and
just
it's
a-
not. It's Bill Belichick. And
We've
even if you want to claim that Tom was great 10 years ago, it's not Tom of 10 years ago.
Exactly.
I mean, he's old. So
He
we
kisses
beat,
his
we
kid
beat,
now on the
all right,
lips.
it's my turn right now, Joe. We beat Tampa. We beat Houston. We beat Minnesota again
Where's Houston? Is Houston at Houston? Or
at
Green Bay?
Houston.
At Houston. Okay.
Yep. All right. So I had us beating the Saints. So I put an L for San Francisco.
What was that? 9-1 as of right now? Or yeah,
8
somewhere in
and
that you won.
7-1 because of the bye week. We
Okay.
play San Fran week 9. So 7-1 at that point. Jacksonville win.
of course.
Yeah.
All right. So
Everyone's like, yeah.
I have
Yes.
wins.
Nice vacation.
2 more wins
Basically,
over
a second bye week.
Chicago. I have a win over Carolina. I have a loss to Detroit because they, for some
Yeah.
reason, always have our fucking number. Last year, we were able to win 2 tight games at the end of the game.
Without
So
ever
I
leading
think
the
we're
game.
losing 1 to the Lions this year.
Those are wild.
And then we
Amazing
have
game.
Indianapolis, Philadelphia, and Tennessee. I think we lose one of those.
Yep.
You're gonna lose 1 to Philadelphia.
I don't think it's that one.
No,
If it's-
you're so wrong.
if
By the way,
I-
our
if I have to
special
put-
guest is a Philly fan.
My money's gonna be on Tennessee. It's at home in December, which won't be great for them. But Derrick Henry pounding the ball, I think,
I disagree.
could bode well for them. So I have us at 13-3. You want me to get into the other teams atop the NFC?
Da-da-da.
San Francisco. I mean, it's not really stats. It's just me looking at random
Okay.
schedules.
Let's dive in.
picking
Let's
shit.
dive in. Nick.
All
What do
right.
you got? What do you
All
got?
right,
Show
let's
us
go
what you
down
got.
the list of power rankings. So San Fran's at number 3. I have them at 11-5 with losses to the Patriots, Saints, Seahawks, either the Rams and Cards, and then either us or Dallas.
Okay.
Number 4, New Orleans. They're at 12-4.
Dog shit.
They're going to have a loss to Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Kansas City, and Atlanta.
I'll take under 12-4. I think the Saints are one of the most overrated teams in the NFL. Right now.
I agree.
Okay.
I completely agree with you.
Seattle is number
I can't-
5.
So not clutch.
Seattle's
Yeah.
number 5. They're also going 12-4 with losses to San Francisco, Arizona, the Rams, and the Bills.
Oh, you do your research
Ooh.
here. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Bills I think are going to be solid this
I
year.
do.
And I think
Are
that
they? They're better than the Patriots?
I just
I think
Oh,
both
man.
teams are going to be very decent this year.
Okay.
And so that's one of my
I
big
think they
things
can
is I
sweep
think
San
our
Francisco.
AFC opponents are way easier than a lot of these other
Yeah.
our other NFC teams.
What do you mean? The Titans and
We
Texans
played
were
the South.
playoff teams last year.
Yeah, but I would rather play them and the Jags than I would
Colts.
play against the Patriots and the Bills. Or
Yeah,
Kansas
so-
City and the Ravens.
In
'Cause
2014,
there are
Okay,
a lot
sure.
of other
In
teams
in
that are playing-
2014,
Fair
the
enough.
Bills were our only loss in the entire second half of the season.
Yeah.
The game you went to. You
My wife
And
took me to
Joe,
that game.
That takes me to number
sucks.
They
6
don't
on
play
the
pretty
power
or good
rankings
football
list.
games, but
Titans?
they do win.
No,
Yes.
number 6 on the power rankings
I think they
is
picked off
Tampa
Aaron
Bay.
Rodgers like 5 times.
That's insane.
They're going to lose one
They
of their
traded that
games
guy.
to New Orleans. They also play Kansas City. They're going to lose that. They're going to lose to us, Green Bay. They're going to lose to Atlanta, and they're going to lose to the Rams. So that 11-5. The Cowboys, they lose to Seattle, the Rams, Cardinals, Eagles,
Damn right.
Ravens, and Vikings. The Vikings lose 2 to us, Chicago, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and New Orleans.
I'll bet you right now $5 the Cowboys lose to either the Redskins in one of their 2 games
No
or
way.
the Giants.
I will double
Those
that bet.
4 games.
I
that
actually
one of those
bet.
happens.
I bet they do.
I
I
bet
would-
they lose one of those.
There's
4 games.
no
I-
way the Cowboys lose the game to the Redskins.
Are you
Cowboys
done with
gonna
your
Cowboys.
analysis, or what's
$10.
going on here?
$10.
Yeah, I mean, I can go on. Eagles, I think, lose San Francisco,
I think
New
the
Orleans,
Eagles might lose a game to the Cowboys.
Dallas, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and then we're up in the air against the Eagles.
I don't understand. So you went over our schedule of the wins, and then some of them you go, well, it's a coin flip when you're going over the other teams. Are they wins or are they not? Like you said, we beat the Eagles,
This
and now
analysis
you're going
is-
over the Eagles.
No, I said
schedule.
they're- I
Like,
said-
very
coin flip.
subjective.
No, I
Coin
said
flip.
I
Like,
said they're one of the question marks.
Yeah.
I made
So
a very
I'm
convincing
argument.
argument.
I was trying to do worst case scenario for these other teams' records. So I think that say the Eagles are one of those. I said we're going to lose one of those 3 games, either Colts, Eagles, or Titans. Say we lose to the Eagles. I think the Eagles still lose 5 games to San Francisco, New Orleans, Dallas, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh.
I think that's
fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
I think
That's
we can
fair.
beat Pittsburgh.
I trust your analysis.
You know what, Hank? I'm going to agree with you. I think we go 13.
We have a
and
lot of
3.
new talent.
13-3, number 1 seed in the
Wow.
NFC.
And I'm
Matt,
and
you're
I'm on
a dick going.
I'm on
10
record
and
of saying
6,
this
you
earlier in the
motherfucker.
year too. I think it was our 3rd episode. I think I said that we're going to go 13-3. I had us losing to the Saints and the Texans, and I threw in another one for the Lions just because for all the reasons you just said, because they always beat us once. Last year was kind of an anomaly. But yeah, I'm sticking with my 13-3 record.
It's like how the Dolphins always find a way to beat.
and
them.
I've got
but the
another-
Texans lost DeAndre Hopkins this year. Like,
Yeah, but they got some more talent.
Yeah, that's just a weird
Not
one.
DeAndre
That's a
Hopkins.
weird one. But I think that there's another reason I think that we're going to be able to pull that off. So the Bleacher Report released their list of top 32 best quarterbacks, right?
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers was listed as number 11 behind
Trash.
Patrick Mahomes, which, okay,
Is
at
this
this
for
point.
fantasy purposes or
No,
is this
dude,
for-
just straight up
Mahomes,
starting quarterback.
Lamar
wow.
Jackson, Russell Wilson.
Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson.
Even
Lamar
though Russell
Jackson.
Wilson is statistically worse, and we continue to beat him in big games.
Stop.
No, I am so sick of that. We killed the snake last year. We literally killed the snake in Lambeau last year.
His efficiency.
Fuck
numbers are
Russell
off the
Wilson.
charts. He's the most efficient quarterback.
Whatever,
Who gives
dude.
a shit
I don't give
about
a fuck
efficiency?
about that.
Lamar
Deshaun
Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott,
That made
Drew
me laugh.
Brees, Kirk Cousins,
That's a joke.
Ryan Tannehill,
What is this, power rankings of some kind?
No, just
Carson Wentz,
best
and Matthew
starting QBs.
Stafford.
I think a lot of people got disrespected on this list.
Right?
That's the order. I don't know.
I think
how
a lot of
Carson
people got
Wentz is
left
worse
off.
than
However,
Kirk, but-
like, I mean, when I was looking through that, like when I first saw that list, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what are these people doing?
Was that
year,
one of those picks where they had like the seal jump and hit the floating ball like they do for the Super Bowl?
So
No,
I
they
looked
actually
at
are very-
stats.
The Steelers are actually very talented at what they do.
Last year, Aaron Rodgers was last in completion percentage, last in average yards per attempt. His touchdown to interception ratio was the second best behind Drew Brees, who threw exactly one more touchdown pass. They had the exact same amount of interceptions. He was
And
last
as
in,
I recall correctly, he lost in the playoffs way before we did. So
That
They
is
lost their
true.
first game to the
You guys.
But
Minnesota.
it was
And it
last in
wasn't-
quarterback rating.
It wasn't
So
the refs that time either.
I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to look at this kind of shit and be like, nope, I'm going to take more risks. And it's going to lead to more plays down the field. It's going to lead to more first down percent, like a higher.
We've
first
already
down
talked about the
percentage.
fact that we're going to hopefully get more offside YOLO plays.
Yeah.
Million YOLOs.
Listen, I don't want COVID just so I can hold my breath when Aaron Rodgers is throwing that 70-yard fucking
I
touchdown.
love
Hail
that. God, I have a hard on right now.
Mary.
Yeah.
Abel just went up.
Anyway, we also had last year we had a running back, a 5th-round running back, tie the entire league in rushing touchdowns.
The O-line is sick.
I don't think that that's going to change again this year. It might not be one running back, but we are going to have a shit ton of rushing touchdowns.
Yes.
13-3, calling it here.
I love that, Omar.
Yeah.
So my first prediction, like right away when we did this podcast, was 11. And you guys are like, oh, that's 2 less than 13 last year. I'm going to change mine and put it up to 12. I like the confidence that I'm seeing on this side of the table at 13. I just think, again, that going 6-0 in the division is kind of crazy.
They predicted 5-1.
I'm saying that we're going to
Yeah.
lose 1 or 2 in the
I said we're
division.
gonna- we
of them
both
predicted
said it, we're gonna
5-1.
lose to the Lions.
Yeah,
Right,
they
so I'm
both said
saying
5-1.
we're going to lose 1 or 2 in the division and 1 or 2 out of the
5-1.
division. If that's the Niners or one of the teams, the Eagles, Colts, Titans, kind of thing that you mentioned, Texans, I think we're going to lose. I'm just being conservative, saying 12-4. With that said, I'm also clearly stating for the record, if this has already been clearly stated, Aaron Rodgers MVP. I will bet my testicles on this fact, and that is going to lead.
Well, there is a casino.
That is gonna lead-
Bring your testicles.
That's going to
Bring your
lead to a
testicles
Super Bowl
each
berth,
team.
a Green Bay Packers Super Bowl berth. You're hearing it here on Sharp Cheddar Green Bay, motherfuckers.
Do we
So-
need to
so let's
check
actually-
wait, should we check with his girlfriend who is in possession
Lady
of his
friend.
testicles?
No,
Lady
no,
friend.
I think with 12-4, I think we'll have a
Are we sure she's a
NFC
lady?
Championship game in Lambeau.
I mean, we haven't.
I don't think the Niners are going to have their wins as they did last year. I think 12-4 will get us a championship game at Lambeau and a Super Bowl berth. That's what I think.
Okay, so let's go real quick of where everyone thinks we finish up. So are you saying Super Bowl win?
Super Bowl berth.
Are we winning or losing?
Obviously, we're going to win.
Okay, so Super Bowl win, which is what I said. I'm going NFC Championship loss.
Super Bowl win.
That's actually what I was going to say as well.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
are
not,
you so-
going to not say Super Bowl win.
Why
What
are
am
you
I
so-
going to?
I'm so
why would
on
you
the
ever say
podcast.
that,
Like
though? Why
my
would you
heart
ever-
is different than the brain. Like my brain is saying NFC Championship loss. My heart's saying like,
Who are we
we'll
gonna
never
lose to?
lose. I don't fucking know. I don't
Why
have
would you
to
ever
know.
say that?
I don't have Omar's stats written down. I don't have Hank's stats written down. I'm gonna shoot for the floor, and then if we hit the ceiling, I'm gonna be fucking pumped. You guys are shooting for the ceiling, and if we hit the floor, you're gonna fucking cry.
See,
I'm not
see
gonna
so
fucking
many.
do
I
that.
just see so many intangibles with Rodgers, like getting so pumped in a way that I haven't seen before. Like in years past, he seemed like too serious and like stoic about things, and this year he's like,
He's having fun again.
I can like
Yeah.
feel my confidence, but it's like a fun level of confidence. I see all
I
these
feel it
other.
too. I think we all kind of
I
feel
see
fun.
all these like middle range players who in the past like probably were more focused on themselves than the team. And this year, like all these guys are like, I don't give a shit about my contract. Like this year, we can win a Super Bowl, and we're going to. We got close enough last year, and it like wet the appetite of all those young guys who weren't on the 2010 teams or on the 2011.
Well, to be fair, I think there's only
15
two
teams. Like,
people that have been on that team. It's Mason Crosby and Aaron Rodgers.
well, for the Super Bowl, yes, but like
Still my favorite.
we
second.
had the past few years before last year were not good, and I think
No.
last year really like sparked something in a lot of those guys who were like, you know, we like the history of the Packers, but maybe the time is done. And then this past year, I think really reignited something in some of those younger guys.
I think you're right.
And it relit that fire under Aaron Rodgers.
We still have that chemistry that we had last year that was
100%.
electric,
Yeah.
that had the D train
100%.
rolling. We still have that, if not even more this year. And I agree.
That's what I'm
gonna
saying.
be
Is
a
I
huge
think we
factor.
have. I think that last year we had so many new pieces and they gelled so well, but that was like on the fly. Like oh, we have all these new guys. And, like, it's awesome that they're coming together well.
And all of a sudden,
But
we're playing
now-
good.
Yeah, and they're coming together. We're playing well, and they like each other. That's awesome. But now they've had
No,
a full
let's
off
win.
season,
Let's
and
win.
and one where that's already been weird. But they've been like more or less trapped or stuck in the same city. And like we've discussed, Green Bay isn't New York. You know, if you play or Chicago or LA, where like you leave practice and you're going back to mansions and like different parties and different
Actually,
like
you're actually more
parts
likely to
and-
go to a mansion in Green Bay than you are in Chicago or New York.
okay, but they have so many. I feel like in Green Bay
You know what you're
there's
saying.
less to do, so they're
Yeah.
probably more willing to hang out with each other and just like go chill at one of their
They've said that the whole
teammates'
time, yeah.
house. You know,
I have a very unpopular opinion that might get me shot in Philadelphia. I think the Cowboys are going to beat the Packers in the NFC Championship.
Well, that's.
is
I
it going to
see
be
no way
in
the
Dallas?
Cowboys make it there.
I don't think it matters.
I do.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
Aaron Rodgers has never lost in Dallas.
There's no way.
But I think the most positive attribute of us is just another year with the playbook. I don't think we were comfortable
Yeah.
with the playbook.
Yeah.
I think we all talked about the lack of no huddle. I've never
Yeah.
seen it, even with 2 minutes or less. And we talk
Yeah.
about this literally
but, I
every
mean,
single
we-
week. We never did a no
Well,
huddle.
we
is
talked
Rodgers
about
going
the
to get to
fact
call
that
his
we
own
had,
plays
what,
this time, or is he still going to
one
have to?
returning receiver,
I think so.
Aaron Rodgers, and like that was our offense last year.
You still got to run a no huddle.
No,
I
I know.
understand that you don't run a no huddle, and that I think is going to be our game changer. Actually, put up points. We didn't put up points outside of the Raiders. I don't think in any game.
Yeah.
Raiders and Eagles, and we lost Eagles in that shootout.
Yeah.
Raiders we crushed, and that was
Go Birds!
and that was it. Yeah.
Boo.
Those are the only games our offense looked like. 2 games that our offense looked like, holy shit, this is what LaFleur brought. I think this year we see more of that.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about the pundits' predictions, though.
Is
for a
this,
little
is,
bit.
is this going to be a fourth quarter here? Should we get
Yeah,
into
well,
it?
let's get into
I
the
thought we were
fourth
already
quarter
in it.
Okay.
for
I thought we were
the
in it.
rest of the season. So
Yeah.
So the rest of the league.
yeah, for the rest of the league. So I watched NFL Network has Cynthia Freeland do her projections.
Oh, yeah, no, she's good.
Who
Well,
is this?
let me Cynthia Freeland. She's the NFL Network's data
Someone who covers a
scientist.
team outside
Is this
of
the hot
Packers.
chick on Good Morning Football?
No,
No.
not her.
That's
Love her.
Kay McShay.
Love
Hey,
her.
so-
This is their data
If
scientist.
she's listening.
Game theory is her second,
Game
right?
theory.
Yeah.
Let me read you.
Packers,
let me read you
babe.
some of her.
Hit up Matt Buffalo.
Let's go through some of her predictions. Colts 8.9 wins. Falcons 6.7 wins.
7.9, 8.7,
8.9
3.2.
wins. Steelers 9.7 wins. Seahawks 8.3 wins.
What are we getting?
Like
What?
we're
Nobody
just,
is good at football anymore?
everybody's just an average football team. Like in a 16 week season,
To be fair, they have less data to run off this year because they didn't have like a training camp.
it doesn't matter. Like
It does matter.
No, it
training
doesn't.
camp and preseason.
by having
actually
every single
dictate shit.
There are
game.
teams who don't know who the starters are for, and if
I
they
heard
play in a
so-
week.
Yeah, but I heard so many times about how the Lions, this was their year because they went 4-0 in the preseason.
For every single season, there's
I'm talking
16
position
games,
balance.
and a very average team should win 8 games. So by saying every single team is winning about 8 games is telling me you're just running a Monte Carlo simulation and you're just saying,
Yeah.
here's the average. This is my prediction. Like, how do people get paid for this?
It's bullshit.
Yeah,
Have you seen
yeah, Omar,
We
you
don't
should.
have- we don't
Omar,
have any
stats
data.
guy, you
Like,
should
we
get
don't even
paid.
know who the
You should get
starters are
paid.
at half the positions.
Yeah.
They have no data. to
Packers
run
going
the
13-3.
offense.
You heard it
So
here
yeah,
first.
I agree. It's a crappy simulation, but it's because we don't have any data to put in yet.
But they have data from last year.
Yeah, I mean,
Accurate.
hold up.
This is one of the biggest changes in, for me at least, as a fantasy football guy. This has been one of the biggest changes in terms of rosters and talent in the last like 5 or 6 years. Like keeping track of.
So
all
wouldn't you expect the teams that have a lot of coherent like consistency
But I'm
to
saying a
have
lot of-
more wins?
No, because they
Oh.
might not have gotten any better.
Okay.
Guys, anything else on your chest that you want to get out on week 1?
Yeah, I like that with Kirk Cousins. I am fucking pumped. That matters. You like that? I like that. Kirk doesn't want fans in the stands. Aaron Rodgers does. Kirk is a giant pussy that they're paying $30 million plus to in order to lose games. The Redskins
Love
hate him.
it.
The Vikings hate him.
The Smith Bros have been snubbed time and time again. CBS
Yes,
Sports
yes,
released
yes.
top 10 pass rush duos in the league.
They were not.
Zadarius
And
is
the
going to get
Smiths
first
were
team
not
All-Pro.
in the top 10. What kind of bullshit is that? They are going to wreck shit again this year. Yeah, I think Z is going to be a first team All-Pro. He would get invited to the Pro Bowl, but I mean, he's going to be in the Super Bowl, so it won't fucking matter.
Right. You want to play the Pro Bowl.
Oh yeah, I think that 25 plus sacks for those two this year.
Woo!
Done.
Omar?
I already said everything I think.
All right, Joe.
I mean, to bring us home here, guys, I think we're all ready for this. Unfortunately, we still have 10 more days. I'm going to be refreshing the Packers video feed as much as possible, getting those last press conferences in, whatever you got to do. Again, guys, get your pimping and pruning in and out of the way. Get your game day things ready. Get your Johnsonville brats. Get your Miller High Lifes. Whatever you got to do on game day, get ready because it's around the corner. Got to give a big thanks to the listeners that have been with us through the summer, from the beginning, from Zoom to Arizona, wherever y'all have been. Big shout out to you guys. We're going to be doing this hopefully from Hammy's on a weekly basis.
If Joe lets us use his computer, yeah.
Hopefully from my computer or Omar's tablet or however.
Computer, yeah.
We're getting it to you guys if you're on YouTube, which no one is. If you're on Spotify
No
or
one's on there.
Apple, like most of you guys are.
Nope.
We love you. We appreciate you. Obviously, enough said. Big shout out to the Hamilton's Bar and Grill and the staff here, Steve and Mike, with us right now. Tip your bartenders this season. Come for a non-game day. Let's do something like that.
Are you gonna come? Why do you keep fucking mentioning non-game days? Are you coming for game day or not?
I'm gonna be there for
Fucking
game
A.
one.
We go to game day.
I have
What
a
is
bear
this?
to kill in Wisconsin. That'll be a different story. Real Packers fans hunt bears.
Hashtag false.
Yeah, that's fake news.
Fake news.
Guys, finish your beers. If you guys got any liquid left, cheers. Go back out.
Cheers over your computer. All right.
As always, we all know the strength of the team is related to the cheddar. So stay sharp.
And
And go, Pack, go!